In this video, I will explore the Arcanium mine and will collect a missing spellstone, a huge sack with gold, and of course the Arcanium smelter. The Arcanium mine is pretty complicated as an area, and it is very difficult to be explored because of the various and plenty opponents. Despite this, I believe that if you follow my method, which is to follow the path backwards from the end to the beginning, you will find it much easier to explore this part of the Arcanium mine. Firstly, as you may already notice, I changed the minions in my horde. My goal is to take as many greens as I can, send back the browns and reds, and if I have any blues, keep them with me as a safety measurement. First, I try to clear the path and kill most of the slugs with the Legion of Honor spell. I won't stay here for too long, because they won't stop spawning new ones from the holes. Next, I want to get out of the cave and gather my minions in a guard marker. And once this is done, I proceed a few steps further to make the Slug Queen appear to fight me. It's pretty important to gather your minions in a guard marker outside the cave before you make her come, because if you let them fight the slugs and the queen at the same time, some of your minions will die for sure, especially the blue ones that are weaker soldiers. As a result of the queen's death, the slug holes are closed, so no more new slugs will be spawned from them. It's worth mentioning that another way to bypass the slugs in the cave is with the use of the submission spell. I didn't follow this solution because the submission uses a lot of mana, and if anything goes wrong, I will find myself surrounded by slugs and with no mana to use the Legion of Honor spell. Keep that in mind in case you want to pick that option. I will try to defeat every enemy I find in my way, so that when I will carry the smelter through these paths, I won't have to worry about the safety of the minions. Breaking all the barrels and boxes would also be good. Generally, I try to clear the paths from enemies and objects. You can control the furnaces with the levers. I will press it in order to light the other one and be able to send my minions to kill the dwarfs. In this sector you can find one more red minion pit. As you can see, plenty magma beetles, a couple treasure boxes, and the missing spellstone I told you about in the beginning of the video. For now, I will leave it here. I want to carry it to the tower gate at the same time with the smelter. The only thing left from this area are the barrels, because the furnace doesn't allow me to reach the starting area of the Arcanium mine, where the tower smelter is. I will have to go back to the entrance, reach the smelter, close the furnace, and take everything to the tower gate, including the missing spellstone. As I said previously, in the Arcanium mine you can also find a huge sack with gold. It's difficult to spot it, and even more difficult to collect it, since we barely can see it, and guide our minions there. Now I have to guide my minions pass through those signs close to the sack. Personally, I find it useful to get the camera higher than the normal, so that I can at least see the numbers on top of the sack. Be careful when you switch the lever. If your minions are standing on top of the furnace, they will die instantly. Right outside the cave, there is a mana pit and a blood pit, in case you are low on health or mana. Now I will do the exact opposite. I will send back the greens and get plenty red minions with me. I need at least 17, 12 for the smelter and 5 for the spellstone. It's more safe to carry them through the furnaces with red minions due to their immunity to fire. I will use the submission spell against the flamethrowers. Act fast, cause the submission drains lots of mana rapidly. You should also lock on the flamethrowers before you send minions towards them, because when you will use the submission spell, they will be shown as friendly. 3 more dwarfs behind the smelter are not such a threat, especially if right before you have fought against flamethrowers. The smelter is gone. Let's go grab the spellstone and get out of the Arcanium mine.
Something suitably befitting. However, that smelter isn't built for a quick getaway, Master. You must search out a route for it.
I have to call them back, because I want only reds to carry the spellstone to the target. Don't worry about letting the reds carrying the smelter out of your sight, because first they will wait for you to close the furnaces, and second, there is no enemy left in this area. That's why I believe that everything I did before with the greens is very important if you want to explore the Arcanium mine without problems. Now that your objects are being transferred by red minions, you can be a bit more relaxed than before. The combustion spell is very powerful and useful, especially in cases where you are close to your enemy but he's in an unreachable place. In my upcoming videos, I will penetrate the Stronghold and later on forge new equipment with the Arcanium smelter. If you like my video, you can leave a comment in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, guys.